This is a quick walkthrough of the Ducklight programming interface for the TL-SMG-4C. This is essentially a terminal program that sends RS-232 commands. We've made it a little bit easier by pre-programming the commands that wrap the projector or LCD commands into these buttons on the left-hand side. So this is a release version of the SMG4C Docklight file. It's a .ptp file that you can find on the website for the TL-SMG-4C. So a few things that you need to know, starting with the communication between this programming interface and the hardware. You're going to basically connect a micro USB cable between your computer and the SMG4C and apply 12 volt power to the 12 volt power pins on that SMG4C. In order for you to communicate, if you double click on this window, you'll see this pop-up comes up for communication. In this drop down, you'll get serial ports, and basically the SMG4C will look like this. It's a prolific USB to serial adapter that's built within the device. So in my case, it came up as COM11. The baud rate is always going to be 9600 and 8.1, and that is a stable baud rate for communicating with the SMG4C. That means that when you change the baud rate for communicating with the projector, you will not need to change these settings. Once you're communicating, it will always communicate with the SMG4C. I'm going to click OK. The other things that you need to know are this will clear the communication window. So if you get a bunch of information here and you want to get rid of it, you can clear that here. And then play and stop buttons essentially open the communication with the device. So in this case, I'm going to press play. And then I'll start sending some commands and we'll get some responses and we'll know that it's communicating. So for example, basically to program the SMG4C, all we need to do is press the button here, and then I'm going to insert or type in the protocol that the projector or TV is calling for. So for example, if you look up the RS-232 commands in your projector manual, the first command is set on, so that might be PWRON. It's a common command. So you'll see that your computer has sent out the blue command, and the response has come back from the SMG4C to confirm that that these commands have been the PWRON has been programmed in. Basically, everything between the colon and the period is what has been programmed into the device. So we'll just go through these quick. You got your set off command, so we'll just say that's power off. And again, these you can find in the projector manual. They're going to be different for every device. Set volume down, so I'm going to say volume DWN. Volume plus is going to be increase in volume, so volume up. And then mute, this is a toggle command, so that means that when you press the command, it'll either mute the sound or unmute the sound depending upon the current state. So this might be something as simple as mute. Source command is after you send an on command, a source command will set the projector or the TV to the input that you're connected to. So if it's HDMI 2, the projector will wait a delay time after turning on and then always go to that input. The enter command is going to come up as, if I set the enter command, some projectors require you to turn off the projector. You might have to press off twice, or you might have to press off and then enter. So in that case, let's just say that that's okay. And then the next command, the set off mode, um, the this tells you which way you're going to program it. So if the projector requires you to just press the off command twice, you would enter 1, or if it requires you to send the off command and then an enter command, you would press 2. So in this case, I'll say 2, and that mode is then saved. This is the baud rate. This is the baud rate for communicating between the SMG-4C and the projector. So that, again, that's going to be in the manual. We'll say that's 57,600. And you'll see that we're still communicating with the device. This is the speed from your computer is still 9600. This is just from the RS-232 port of the SMG-4C. The delay time, the next command is the set delay time between off and the second command, and that's in seconds. So 1 to 99, you can see here. So that would be, in our case, the amount of time it takes from when you send the off command. It will wait the number of seconds that we put in and then send that enter command, that OK command that we previously programmed in. I'm going to say just wait 5 seconds, and it will send that after 5 seconds. Set delay time, the next command is set delay time between on and source. So this is again in seconds. So a projector, if you send an on command, you're going to want to wait, let's say 15 seconds before sending that source select command, because the projector won't be looking for any more commands while it is booting up. So in this case, I'll just set that to, let's say 16 seconds. This will take a little bit of trial and error to find the right amount of time for that projector. And then the last two commands are set the delay time between volume up and volume down transmissions. It's essentially if you press and hold the volume up or volume down buttons on the SMG-4C, it will repeat it will send the command for volume up repeatedly until you let go, which is similar to how your IR remote for a TV would work. It's going to continue to ramp up the volume until you stop pressing that button. In this case, the number it's a sort of an equation. It's essentially the base number is 250 milliseconds, and then you add 50 milliseconds for every number that you add. So in this case, if I set this for 2, it's going to be 350 milliseconds is the total amount of time between the transmissions. That'll take a little bit of trial and error depending upon the projector or display, how they react. And then the last command is a factory default. This is going to clear out everything that you programmed previously. So be careful with this one. But if you needed to factory default the device to communicate with one of our other switchers, for example, an SMG-3C, or sorry, an SM3C HD or HDV, you would want to factory default that. And you'll see that that came up. So now that's cleared out. Again, so that's about all there is to programming this. And if you need to find any more information, you can check the manual, and that's on tlnetworks.com.